Hey there, welcome to an EDHREC Quick Bite. This is a short how-to video that I wanted to make to highlight one of EDHREC's most important and also most overlooked features, the advanced filters. So there are a lot of commanders out there whose EDHREC data is an amalgamation of tons of different strategies. The new Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief, for instance, can do stuff with mutate, or with enchantments, or with tons of spells, or all of the above, but some players might focus more on just one of those strategies than the others. Or, for another example, there's Atraxa, whose average deck data is a conglomerate of Super Friends decks, as well as +1 counter decks, and -1 counter decks, and infect strategies, and many, many more. Chances are good that when you play a commander like this, you're not playing all of those things at once, you're committing to just one of those themes, so the average data gives you a lot of recommendations that you might not actually need. Enter Advanced Filters. Say I know I want to play an Atraxa Planeswalker Super Friends type of deck, so I don't want all of the other noise clogging up the page. I can choose an iconic Super Friends card, or maybe two, that I know are very relevant to the Planeswalker strategy. I'll add those to the filters, hit enter, and bam! Now we're only seeing EDHREC data for Atraxa decks that include these cards, and it's way more Super Frenzy. This gives us way more relevant information and tailors the recommendations more directly to our needs for this specific strategy. And it can also go the other direction too. If you want, you can use the advanced filters to exclude cards that you know you for sure do not want to play, and then EDHREC will eliminate the data for decks that include those cards, showing you only the data for that commander when those decks don't include the cards you specified. This can be especially helpful for players who are looking to find a more off-the-wall strategy that's more distinct from the usual fare that those commanders might immediately become famous for. For example, if a commander is famous for combo shenanigans, but you know that you don't want to play the combo, the filters can help you uncover some completely different ideas for that deck. Honestly, if you haven't yet used the advanced filters, it really does just completely transform the experience. I personally never use EDHREC without using these filters. I really like to add in my pet cards to only see data for decks that include my personal favorites, to potentially see recommendations from other players who think the same way that I think, and maybe that'll help me find other people's pet cards or hidden gems too. And it can be helpful when building on a budget too, to help you exclude high-value cards that you know you're not going to play, and therefore find more like-minded brews with clever budget options instead. I hope this short rundown on the advanced filters was helpful for you. There are so many amazing tools on EDHREC to use for deck building, from the theme menus to the budget filters to the clipboard feature, just a ton of amazing stuff, but I gotta say, by far the advanced filters are definitely my favorite. And I've been using them for so long that sometimes I take for granted how valuable of a tool they are for deck building, and I forget that not everyone out there knows what they are, how they work, and how to use them. So if you've got a friend out there who is looking to get a little bit more oomph for their commander deck, feel free to send them this video so that they can figure out those advanced filters and find even more personalized recommendations and take that deck to the next level. And if there are any other features about EDHREC that you would like to know a little bit more about, sound off in the comments below, and maybe we'll have more EDHREC quick bites in the future. But until then, remember to EDHREC your deck before you wreck your deck.